too. I took the other one out.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah.
It's Cannon Baby coming with the heat. Got Endie Fiya playing in my speakers. Nikhil the host, girl in motion, all the way lit, airway smoking. You can call in, this phone lines open. Rockets are hot like we cooking the roast. Endie Fiya the GOAT, don't ask who the competition is, cause they standing alone popping. When you listen to here, you always get what you want. Interviews, artists, songwriters, authors, and entrepreneurs. Chopping it up with powerful icons who make an influence. Who keep it hotter, this is Endie Fiya. Blazing on yourself, tune in and catch the heat. It don't even matter where you at. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Yeah. Holy moly, this day heat. Got Nikhil in my speakers. Girl in motion, get on your feet. Endie Fiya blazing, please keep it coming every week. We too strong, we defeat the weak. Cannon Baby, super speed. We keep it turning to the T. It's too high. A fireman can't put it out cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, it's too high. A fireman can't put it out cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, yeah. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. For everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. For everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. For everyone. Entertainment, news, daily inspiration for everyone. For everyone, yeah.
What's good, guys? You're back here on Endie Fiya for another episode with your girl, Nakia. How's everybody's Tuesday going? Was it better than your Monday? I swear, my Monday, I told you yesterday, my Monday was horrible, right? My Tuesday started out a little better. Like, it started out a whole lot better than yesterday. So it progressed, and, you know, by 12 noon, I was feeling like myself. And eventually, next thing I know, it was like 5 o'clock, and I was still at work. And I should have been gone, like, by 3. So, yeah, today was a whole lot smoother than yesterday, and I'm just ready to get to Friday because you know what's going on Friday? My daughter is coming home, and I get to see her, and we're closer to graduation, and I'm just really excited about all of that. So somebody shoot me that quick text message, you know how things go, and let me know how your day went so I can quickly shout you out, all right? I'm not going to prolong things tonight because I'm always excited to have my guest here with me, but tonight my guest is super, super special. All right, hold on, let me back up. All of my guests are extremely special to me, but my guest tonight really holds a very dear spot in my heart, and I'm gonna elaborate on that in just a minute. And then some of you, it's going to click in your head. You know, the pieces are going to click like a puzzle, or fit like a puzzle. But, you know, hold on. Let me get to that part. I got to, get the logistics out of the way first. Coming up on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always got to give you the calendar. We have international fine artist and celebrity photographer Dion Renee is going to be here with us. You know, I've been talking her up. One of 3 artists selected to have their art displayed in the Woman King. Y'all seen the movie yet? No? Me neither. I might need to go check it out before Thursday, right? At least I've seen her artwork. Like, I know a piece of hers, so I could talk about that, but still haven't seen the movie yet. I might go check it out tomorrow. Yeah, because I'm playing hooky from work, so I might go check it out tomorrow. But if you've seen it, talk to me and let me know what you thought about the movie itself, all right? But she's going to be here with us on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have international award-winning, multi-award-winning Christian hip-hop artist William T. Stars is going to be here with us on Tuesday. I got it right this time. Yes, hip-hop artist Jerusalem, upstate New York, is going to grace us with his presence yet again. Remember, we talked about Jerusalem. He was here with us when he was just a youngin', I'm talking 13. And now he's a young man, 17. Yeah? I can't wait to talk to him. Remember I told y'all he was so innocent the last time he was on the show? And now he's, using all those swear words. And the kid just, I can't get with that. I really can't. Talking to him on next Tuesday. And then on next Thursday, we have Southern Soul artist Timmy Wayne is going to be here with us. Then closing out the month of October, on Monday the 31st, we have Southern Soul artist Buddy Love. All right? So if you can't make them all, please, please, please do not miss them all. All right? Now, my guest tonight, you guys know how sometimes I get in a funk around here and like I'm really feeling down and depressed, and other than my intro music, I have this one track that I go to. Yeah, my producer's not in his head, like he knows which one I'm talking about. I go to this one track, and it just always just lifts my spirits, motivates me, and we're good. And I talk about this young man and play this track, and yeah. All right, so tonight, you're not going to put a face with the track, but you're going to be able to, get a backstory with the track. Now, I'm going to give you this track, and then we're going to get some new music as well. The reason why I want to play This World is because I talk about growth so much around here, right? And how important it is for artists to be able to not only hear growth within themselves and their creative process, but see the growth within themselves as well. I have this artist on the show almost 4 years exactly to the date, October 25th, 2018. He was here. And this track, This World, was actually up for the 2019 Best Song, Endie Fiya Awards Best Song. I had to go do some research. And in my opinion, it should have won because I'm still playing this song. But nevertheless, I didn't have say-so back then. But it's so important that artists are able to hear and see growth in their work. So we're going to play This World right quick, and then we're going to get into his new music and talk about the creative processes with his new music, the growth that he's seen in himself and even heard in his music. All right, guys? Now nod your head. It's just going to click in your head now when you're going to go, oh my gosh, I know now what she's talking about.
Just trying to find my vibe. This world. Yeah. This world. Hey. This world just like that old song, my nigga. Girls, yeah. This world, hey. This world, yeah. This world of earth, kid, nigga, cause life's a bitch with no pearls. You might have lost the race, but little bitch, you had a head start. Mr. Twiddle Thumb been talking like he dead smart. Look, Mr. Chitter Chat be bitching like he dead hard. I Mr. Get It Back, go hustle, bitch, I'll never starve. Future postpartum, picture this. Rubble that became broken brick. Gangs, they came together, fuck police and shit. Still they claim we animalistic. This is just the surface, let me talk my shit. The Bronx in the 70s, a raw zone. The bitch would just become the history of niggas that been stripped and unorthodox, a fucking paradox. They tried to tell him relax. No fucking chiropractic, they never had your back. Importing guns into the hood, they wonder how he got the strap. This world, so shitty. This world, so sedity. This world will knock your ass down, but you don't get no help up. This world continue go round when you struggle, who gives a fuck? I might just explode or self-destruct or something, nigga. You thought that nigga was for you, like fuck is the Bronx with you. You might as well write your soul on death's obituary. Way these niggas approach us, that shit is what's really scary. If you can't handle us, let nigga be like after I, ooh. Do the most with your fool. You can keep that food, that's not for me, my nigga. That shit for you. That's not for me, my nigga. That shit for you. Hey, you might have lost the race, but little bitch, you had a head start. Mr. Twiddletham's been talking, just like historical wars, genocide, most over broads, or maybe think I'm better than you, or fuck your cause. Media's only purpose for bitches to die twerking. All this shit the same, my nigga, so pick your person. Make you feel deranged, my nigga. Parkinson's arm, flicking on the switch of video, get boxes and shit. Who can feel the vibrations? Racist government took a class on struggle, then I applied it to my life. Winter came and went, bitch. See the gas, he always judge you on your cash. It's not about your color, nigga, it's about your class. Only thing when jiggers say it, niggas speak it fast. Quicker to memorizing shit, but talking out they ass. Gas you like you got some time to pass. Involving in the world full of hate can make them spaz. Taking shit for granted, hoping niggas spend his last breath with a curse for those was creeping on his ass. You might have lost the race, but little bitch, you had a head start. Mr. Twiddlethumb's been talking like he dead smart. Look, Mr. Chitter Chat be bitching like he dead hard. I Mr. Get It Back, go hustle, bitch, I'll never starve. Yeah. This world, hey. This world, yeah. This world just like that old song, my nigga. Girls, girls, hey. This world, yeah. This world, hey. This world of earth, this world, nigga, cause life's a bitch with no pearls, that's right.
King Vega, born August 26, 1991, is a Bronx bred, soulful, vibrant, and versatile rap spoken word artist that manipulates vocal melody and intricate, meticulous wordplay to express relations with others and universal connectivity. For the past 5 years, he has dedicated his creative prowess to youth advocacy programs, groups, facilities, and nonprofit organizations such as NegusWorld, The Covenant House, and HipHopSavesLives. His most notable musical influences are Nas, Q-Tip, Swiss Beats, and Wyclef Jean. Growing up, Vega had a storybook childhood, but times got rough and many things changed for him throughout his adolescence and early childhood. The sole reason for his artistry is to create universal empathy and understanding for all listening and viewing. In retrospect, here lies a musical philanthropist. Endie Fiya, I present to you my boy, Bronx, rap and spoken word artist, Vega.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
I
How's everybody doing tonight?
Put my mic down. You know, I was on the mic rapping with you. I had to put my mic down. Now I got to catch my breath and the host.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you know when you stick to the soul.
Ben.
Hey, what's going on? It's a pleasure to be back. It's a pleasure to be back.
You know,
I appreciate you for having me.
Of every show that once you are on the show, you become family. You're welcome back at any time. And so for those who actually take us up on, you know, you're welcome back at any time, I'm always elated when someone, you know, does come back and say, I want to come back. I got new music. I want to come back. I got a new book. You know what I'm saying? And we normally have artists that send music in, you know, every other month. But when somebody says, I want to come back for another interview, you know, even if it's 4 years later, and I know we talk, we send messages, you know what I'm saying? We keep each other abreast of what's going on. But when somebody says, I want to come back for another interview, that just holds a very special place in my heart. And then, like I told you before the show, almost 4 years exactly to the date. That just is so much more monumental to me. So, yes, I'm very glad you could have been anywhere tonight, but you're here with myself and my listening audience, giving so freely of yourself and your time. So just thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, it's a pleasure to be here, like I said. And, you know, one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. You know what I'm saying? So
For
I
sure.
appreciate you just as much as you appreciate me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we keep the energy going.
I want to jump right into this. I know that a lot of people didn't catch this interview 4 years ago, so let's just back up just a little bit and talk about, where your passion for rap, spoken word, where all of this really originated from. Did you come from a musical background, or did you one day just decide, I have this gift within me, and let me just use what I have in me to spread this word to others? Where did it all come from?
I came from mostly a background of sports, which is a competitive background, if nothing else. So, rap where I'm from in the Bronx, was about competition, and it was about, who can outdo the next man, who has more skills. Mm-hmm. It's probably not like that, today, in modern day rap, but I mean, that was the basis of the energy. So it was easy to conform. Also, just having the gift of gab always helped. And I actually started off spoken word based. So spoken word was my first, introduction to what lyricism is all about. And adding the instrumentals behind it, was just an embellishment to what was already there, which was the gift of gab. So, just sometimes, you notice you have a certain magnetism when you speak to people and stuff like that. And those people make the best artists, because that's what art is all about. It's about being able to speak about what's relative, not only to yourself, but to everything outside of you.
And I know that spoken word, that's an art form that more and more people are starting to explore nowadays. How did you first get involved with spoken word?
So I started spoken word literally from writing letters to my mom when I was a kid, and that was my way of expressing myself. And I was told to utilize the pen and the paper as a space for freedom of expression. It's a place of no judgment, and that's what really art is for many of us. It's a safe space. It's a sanctuary. It's a place where you can feel protected at all times. And we don't have many spaces that where we can feel like that in a cold world sometimes. So it's like, art is definitely a great outlet, for that space of sanctuary. I started it from a young age, just writing. Yeah.
With pieces that you write, how would you describe your delivery and content?
I would say more so, I try to always speak from my perspective, because that's what I feel like, that's what I know. So, I don't want to feel like I'm speaking for others unless, it's people that I know and love, like from my own experiences. I'm not saying that I never wrote tribute pieces, things like that to people that I may not know, somebody I may admire. But it always comes from a whimsical place. And what I mean by that is, like, I want to be able to, and this is how I look at it when I create. If this is the last thing that I would say, or if this is my one and only opportunity to speak to the world, what are you going to say? What do you have to say? And that's very much so the approach that when I created tracks like This World, because it's like almost speaking at the podium. Like, this is your opportunity to speak to the world. And, obviously, you don't want to make a fool of yourself. You need to say something that you feel holds purpose, and you know what I'm saying, is true to yourself, right? Because there are those that are from us, but they are not of us, And I could get into that later, but like that specific saying. But what I'm trying to say is just, art is truth. It's a reflection of the world in itself. It's an imitation of life, and that's what it's supposed to be about. And what is your life about? And a lot of times, that's how people feel like they know an artist, even if they don't know them, because their art is so reflective and creates empathy, where people could find avenues to relate.
Now, just because you brought it up, this world, and I know just a little bit about this world versus what we're going to play coming up. What was the general response to that track? Did it change?
The response as far as what, like from my audience. Yeah. So I would say like there's people that I grew up with that I that come to me and they talk about that track to this day. Like, yo, that's one of my favorite songs. But I've also been in spaces where I've done a performance and I've done something more along the modern times, and the whole room is shaking. And then I did This World, and everybody's just frozen because a lot of it, and I'm this is something I wrote a while back, but it's a new track that I haven't put out yet. But it goes, they say the shit I rap is esoteric. I never planned it. Get yourself a dictionary just so you can understand it, And that basically what that embodies and entails is like a lot of times people don't really understand things, and because they don't understand it, they can't connect with it, which is not always the artist's fault. Sometimes it has to do with just, the ignorance to the experience or whatever the case may be, or the perspective, so to speak, right? But then again, I also understand that a lot of times the younger crowd, they don't connect to things like that because those things weren't presented to them like, like this is dope. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's actually presented in the opposite way. So it's like, but, we always got to give the world a chance and an opportunity to create their own opinions. And I always appreciate, all sides of the spectrum. 98% of individuals come to me and they say that that's one of the best, rap songs they ever heard. And I don't particularly believe that, but, but I can understand why they feel like that and why they connect to it in that way, because it comes from a real place, and it's none of it. Everything I said on there comes from my own experience, and I'm not acting like I'm living somebody else's life.
Right, and that's what I love so much about this artist, guys. I told you that I have a problem with the artist that's coming up next Tuesday. How he, when I met him, he was 13. He was modest. He was in a child's place. His lyrics, very humble. He wasn't cursing, and now he's 17, and every other word is a swear word. And I have a problem because I met him when he wasn't cursing. But I respect him because he's talking about, he's a product of his environment, and he's not making up lyrics. He's talking about what he sees. He's talking about what he's lived. You know what I'm saying? And you have these artists that, they're following this cookie cutter mold, and they speak of what they see, not knowledgeable of what they've gone through. So I respect Jerusalem on that level because he's rapping about what he knows. So if he does have to swear, then that's something that he has to get over. But I appreciate him more, his penmanship more, because he's talking about, this is actual real life experience. I would much rather him talk about that than some made up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I appreciate Vega, because I know that he's giving you real life. This isn't some homemade bullshit that he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that we as a listening audience can connect to. It's stuff that a lot of us have been through, and we know that it's genuine and it's from the heart. So I would have to be in that 98th percentile that says that it has to be one of the best songs that I've heard. And like I told you, it's something that, you know, when I'm going through those rough spots, that I just put that shit on, and it lists 4 years later, it's still uplifting me. You know what I'm saying? Even from the quirky, whimsical, you know, lyrics, it's just, I don't know. There's something about that song. But the fact that you said, as the artist, that you don't see it that way, that I feel like you found growth in yourself. So that means that this new music that we're about to play is going to be 20 times better than this world. That's what I'm hearing? Okay, so he laughed. So
you know why I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing.
You mentioned
you
the
always,
youth. You mentioned the youth of today, and so they just, there's that disconnect for some odd no reason. There's just, I don't know. I'm a parent of the youth of today. My children, luckily, their taste in music is just a tad bit different. But there is a disconnect with the music for the youth of today. What are your thoughts of the current state of the game? Like, I try to keep up with everything that's going on, but there's just so much shit going on. What are your thoughts of what's going on right now?
So I would say, obviously we understand, like, you know, the youth is the future for, you know, tomorrow's world. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, you know, stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Some of it is just ignorance, I guess. But I mean, like I said, you know, the reason why something like this world doesn't connect is because, you know, we live in a world where people prefer a dressed up lie rather than the naked truth, you know? And that's why the art of storytelling is dead. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's speaking the story from their actual perspective. They telling, like I said, they telling somebody else's story, and it's happening over and over and over again. And it's just a story that we want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I guess that, you know, the glitz and the glamour, the jewels, you know, you know what I'm saying, the so on and so forth. But I mean, to me personally, what does it all really mean? I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you still a human being, and we still have to, you know what I'm saying, experience life as it, you know, unfolds. You feel me? Which for all of us, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be some type of adversity, some type of struggle. There's going to be something that, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to come across that is going to challenge you, right? We all have a test in life, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, we all eat, breathe, sleep, shit. So it's like, you know, I think you know exactly where I stand on it. You know, I don't have anything against anyone or anybody's approach, musically or creatively. But my thing is, like I said, you know, what's the impression that you want to leave? And if this is what you feel like you worth, a lot of times I feel like we selling ourselves short, because you could do much more if you just, you know, try a little bit harder. Maybe, you know, seep a little bit deeper into yourself. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people are ashamed to talk about who they really are, because they're afraid that people's not going to accept that. So they tell people what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Or they show people what they want to see. You know? So it's like, you know, I guess you could say individuality is a lost moral, you know what I'm saying? Or just overall, you know what I'm saying, people who's not really cut from the original cloth, you know what I'm saying, what it is to be oneself, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, if it's all right, if everybody want to be running around as a bunch of copies and pick-me's, and I mean, if that's what y'all want to do, then that's okay. But that's why I said earlier, there are those that are from us, but they ain't of us. So, you know, we just have to be able to differentiate, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's okay, you know, because we all have free will. And, you know what I'm saying, God gave us that for a reason.
Well, I want to get into the first track that we're going to play off of your latest album, or your latest EP, released in August of this year. Moonwalk. Let's talk about that just a little bit. And what was the creative processes like for Moonwalk? And what's this track all about?
Moonwalk was created in a studio in Philly, and it was created on the spot. Like, it wasn't thought of or anything like that. Like, it was. I'm talking about the lyrics was not really premeditated. It was more so. I heard the beat and I liked it. It was original from the engineer that I was recording with at the time, and I just decided to use the track, and I just said press record, and this is what we came to at the end of the session, which was about maybe a 45-minute recording session for that particular track. Session lasted about maybe 4 hours, but it was very improvisational. The space where the track comes from is, I'm going to say straightforward, is Nipsey, Blue Laces 2. He did a song where he told a story about one of his friends getting shot and being afraid to drive him to the hospital, and he's dying basically. And it's just the whole picture that he painted, just everything, just the conversation that he was having with his homie while he's dying, and just everything. But it's a true story apparently, and Mogul, and they know that logo on my flow mat. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way he just expressed himself on that, it just really spoke to me. And one word that he uses, that he's used several times, like throughout his career, is the word shell shock. And I thought that word was just so intricate and intimate because of what it represents. It represents the modern day culture, how we kind of numb to the evils because we see it all the time,
True.
And what?
Yes.
And I just, like I said, I just love the word. You know what I'm saying? In itself, but just the energy that comes behind it, because our words, they have energy. You know what I'm saying?
They have energy. And
yeah, definitely. And that's where the track really comes from. You know what I'm saying? It just comes from just sitting with that particular track, driving some days and things like that. And when I did have an opportunity to get in the booth and stuff like that, those are the times where I bring all of these like creative mojos, back into play. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like going to the supermarket and you get the ingredients, and then you come back and you to the kitchen and you make your meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. I want to get into this right here. Moonwalk, guys. You tell me what you think about Moonwalk off of the Love Me to Pieces EP. This is our boy Vega right here.
That shit gonna sound crazy. Yeah. Hey, check. Real. Yeah. Wow, nigga. Hey, we been shell-shocked. Don't let hell lock you up. This surrendering life. Don't let pain keep you stuck. Alcatraz traps. I remember feeling out of luck. Where the mass niggas clapping them ashes, they turn to dust. I got my father's drip, yeah. Imagine pimping like only give a gift to my amigos who ain't gon' switch up sides. The rhythm signifies this is that trap or die. Look up to the sky, there's the moon. Now watch my soul ignite. They say this life is hella different. Yeah. Feel the realest emotions, I turn it into chicken. Got me twisted, God protect me from these grimy bitches. From a nigga Cali switcher when the money missing. Take me back to yesterday, I had no soul to piss in. Brain is callous from all this pain that I feel inside. Heart is tarnished from all these thoughts that I dream at night. Clinging to you, I'm gripping closer, my hustle singing. Reaper creeping when I'm sleeping, got my muscles tweaking. Fuck you speaking, no Frenchie, this nigga lost medulla. That's all that worshiping devils, them niggas got into ya. Yeah.
This that recipe my partner drew up. Come on.
Take you on a trip. I was born in 90s, a syndicate. Taking gambles, slinging that rock. Now that's his death wish. This is for my young niggas doing what you want with it. I said this life is your oyster. Now that's the bigger picture. Because we come from the trenches don't mean we got no feelings. Take a piece of part of yourself, then manifest your vision. You gotta make decisions. Turn a loss to a lesson. They put a knife inside your back just to keep you from winning. Most of us don't own shit. Fucking system that control it. Best believe they hate your progress. Living in context is all about change. Give me the joy, give me the rain. Back when the player was still up inside you. Back in the villa, we talking in private. Give me your eyes when I walk in the lobby. Ay, the Whitney, no Bobby. Ay, back when the legend was living and thriving. Back in the 60s, we all steady mobbing. Give me the trouble, we on and we popping. Ay, no sleeping, no mobbing. Ay, give me some Curtis, amazing and robbing. Ay, we on and we popping. Yeah.
Tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia and a Bronx rap and spoken word artist Vega. That right there was Moonwalk. I wanted more. Like I wanted more. That was too short. I needed more of that. Just was y'all vibing? I was really vibing to that. And all the versatility he gave in that right there, like you were shell shocked, yeah. In the beginning, you was when he busted out with shell shock, but I needed just a little bit more. I needed probably like a minute and a half more of that. Yeah, he gave us all of his versatility in Moonwalk. But if you remember what he stated as he expressed just the creative process of stepping into the studio, 45 minutes of the quote unquote creative process of that track. And I love artists who are just able to just on the spot and come up with something like that right there. Just lyrically, Vega is just you can tell I'm speechless. I don't have words right now. And this is why I need to listen to music in advance, right, guys, so I can give my best critique of the track, right? I know. I'm going to do better. And then when This World is your favorite and you go to Moonwalk and now you have to shuffle between what's going to be your favorite now, because I really like Moonwalk. I really do. I'm torn. I'm kind of torn right now.
So I want to talk about how you said. I want to talk about how you said that you wanted a minute more. You needed more. That's exactly why I did it like that, because it's magnetic. It's like a drug. You want it again and again and again.
Yes.
You're gonna go back. You're gonna press play. And I learned that too. You know, you gotta give them everything, but you can't give them too much at the same time. So it's like, you know, in my process of you know, just growth and progression as an artist.
Yes.
You know, I've grown
growth. We talked about growth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've grown to just understand, you know, that you can't always maximize, you know what I'm saying, on lyricism all the time. Sometimes you gotta give them just enough, and that's all you need to do. You know, you don't need to oversaturate a good steak with sauce. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you don't put the sauce on it, because you always put the sauce, but the right amount of sauce. That's what it's going to take to take it over the top. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, obviously more you know some steaks are saucier than others. You know what I'm saying? You know, depending on how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Tonight I might want my steak with extra sauce. But, you know, it all depends on, you know what I'm saying, how I'm feeling at the time. And like I said, that track was really improvisational. You know, nothing was premeditated. Nothing was written. Nothing was like really thought about before I even got there. I didn't even know that I was going to use that beat. I never heard the beat a day in my life. It was there, and that's what you know, how I connected. And sometimes that's the best sense of creativity. You know, the things that's unplanned. You know, and you never really accounted for. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, God's touch. That's what I call that. That's a blessing. So I appreciate you for, you know, appreciating the craft.
Well, I do want to be able to get some of your callers in. I'm going to open the line up just for one or two people, just because this is my time with one of my favorite artists, all right? So just one or two people, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get your questions in or your shout-out to Vega. The first caller, your last four digits are 3557. Now, don't get up here and get shy, all right, because I'm going to hang up on you real quick. I'm going to let you know that. 3557. Who do we have on the line with Nakia and Vega?
Hey, what's up? It's A100 from Bronx, New York.
What's good? Good?
What's up? Nah, I'm just checking in, calling in. I was listening to y'all guys. I'm just here to show my man King Vega some love because he's a dope artist, dope human, and I'm just wishing him the best and wishing nothing but the best for both of y'all. But I'm just here to shout my man King Vega out and keep doing what he's doing. We love you. Keep grinding. Keep shining.
Now, I love you too, King. Yo, we appreciate you too. Yo, A1 is a dope artist. We grew up together. He's a dope artist, man. We've created together for a long time. So that's probably somebody you might want to feature on this John soon enough. You got to tap in with my son A1. Yo, A1, love you, King.
I love you more, King. Keep doing it.
Get at me on all social media platforms, Endie Fiya, so we can get you on the show as well. All right. Last four digits.
My man A1.
I see drop off and come back in. So you really want to talk. Last four digits, 6934. Who do we have on the line with Nakia and Vega?
Hey, good evening. It's King from the Bronx. Give me 1 second. I'm King from the Bronx. Just telling shout out to my boy Vega. Actually met Bro not too long ago on the football field. I've been to this since the beginning. So to hear him talk about sports in first grade, I just blew my mind. But honestly, he's a dope artist. I really haven't gotten a chance. No, honestly, he has a lot of dope music. To be honest, my fault. Hold on, sorry, I'm not working. Take a step out the check. My boy Vega. He's a dope artist. He's a dope artist. Spiritually, he's big on energy. His energy is great spiritually, creative-wise, in person. And hearing that he started out as spoken words, it just gives me a view of him that I didn't even have before. Spoken words is the art of peace, the creativity to actually get across, and the fact that he embodies that. After hearing his music, at the first time we got together, it was like, whoa, I love it. So yeah, every day I take shout out to my work because my words everywhere, but I just made sure I had to do that. Active. I did.
Well, I really appreciate it.
I hear the love.
Who did you say it was again?
That's King from the Bronx. That's King right there. That's the homie King.
All right, from the Bronx. Thank you, King, for calling in. Continue to enjoy the show. Calling in, showing your love for Vega.
Definitely gonna stay tuned in. Love you guys.
All right, love you more.
Yo, love too, bro. Whoa. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. The people are showing love. That's crazy.
Yo, he had major accolades for you. I couldn't really hear what he was saying, but I know he was showing some crazy love for you. I know that much.
Yeah, I think he was talking about when we first met and how we discovered that we have a lot of mutuals as far as my day ones and stuff like that. That's his homies too, and we didn't even realize that. And also, he didn't know I was an artist right away. That wasn't my initial approach. When I meet people, I'm not always regurgitating the fact that I rap on people. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I just meet people organically, and I'm a human being. And then I guess he liked me as a person already. So when he heard my music, he was astounded. Oh wow, I didn't even know that this was you. Especially because I record with some people that he's friends with as well, that I've been friends with for a long time. So, the world is a small place. You know how it goes. But I'm thankful for all the people that that show love and stuff like that. It goes a far ways. just to be celebrated, you know, to any capacity. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, it's a greater sense of inspiration, you know, for, you know, the progression of the music itself. Understanding that the journey and the process is the most, the process of the journey is the best part. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important part, you know?
So speaking of the progression of the music and the journey, in what ways do you feel that your newer music has changed from when you first started? Definitely,
I've given myself the ability to afford myself to have some fun. You know, before it was all about competition, so it was for me, it's very serious. You know, you want to be recognized, you want acknowledgement, and you always want to put your best foot forward to receive that. But nowadays, you know, I'm creating more for myself, you know, than ever, and not in a selfish way where I'm not trying to, you know, really speak for universality anymore, but or approach with universality, but more so to say, like, it's more fun for me, and it's more fun for me because I'm lighter about it, and I've allowed myself to just, you know, on certain tracks, like on my EP, like on Hood Hop, which features actually one of the people that called A1. You know, I had fun with that. You know, I had a great time not only recording it, but writing the track, putting everything together, you know, and it was like a party from the time that I heard the beat to the time that we laid the track down. So, you know, I just got addicted to that part of it, and understanding that, you know, everything is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? The energy that you put out is the energy you get back. And sometimes, you know, I feel like I needed to have that lighter energy so that I could receive it back. You know, everything don't got to be so heavy all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even though we understand that the significance of life, and you know what I'm saying, and you know the things that's happening around us, especially within, you know, the 6 degrees of separation and all that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm trying to say. Like for you know, in order for me not to go off on a tangent, just to summarize it, basically to say, like, you know, the process has become easier for me in the essence that I've allowed myself to be more free and like, you know what I'm saying, just be more happy while I record and while I create. It's not always, I'm not so focused on the outside opinion. I'm not so focused on if it is my best. And not saying that I don't put my best in, but at all times, but you know, it's all right for it don't have to always be the wisest track I ever wrote. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. And we don't have Hood Hop, but we do have Love Me to Pieces. So we're going to get into that next. Hear that. We're going to get into that next. Walk us through the creative processes for Love Me to Pieces. Now, this is the title track of the EP?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. So I actually came across the idea before I even wrote the track or anything like that through a relationship that I had with somebody. And a phrase that was used all the time was, I love you to pieces. And I always thought that was a clever phrase because of what that actually represents. It means that you love somebody so much that, you know what I'm saying, you love them into pieces of the whole self that actually are. And I thought about it from a more poetic perspective. Love me, comma, the number 2 pieces, because we all have 2 sides. We all have more than one side to ourselves. And I said, if you really love me, then you love both of you love both of me. You love the evil, you love the good. You love, you know what I'm saying, the ugly, you love the beautiful. You understand? You love the devil and you love the angel in me, right? And we all have that sense of duality, no matter who you are, no matter what walk of life you are. You understand? And that's what the idea represents, especially for why I called the EP "Love Me," the number 2 pieces in itself. The instrumental was given to me by a kid that I used to teach back in the days. That I like 10 years ago, I used to teach him creative writing, and he was a dope artist then. I actually taught people, the kids, how to record themselves as well, like off of via GarageBand and things of that nature. But he was one of the very talented individuals that I had a chance to, work with. And years later, he was like, yo, I'm making beats and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And he was like, I want you to hear this. So I was like, all right, of course, send me whatever. Like, I'll support you. And give you my honest opinion, of course. So he was like, he sent me the beat, and he was like, when I made this, I thought about you. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really expecting what to hear, but then it was the beat that's there, on the track now. And obviously I went with it because it was nothing short of amazing. And also just what it meant to me that one of my former mentees, like, was reached out to me on that level. Like, yo, listen, like, I know you a dope artist, and it would be my honor to share, the creativity that I work on with you and somehow collab. And that's where that came about. And the idea, Love Me to Pieces, being there already, you know what I'm saying? So writing the song was fairly easy. The words originally didn't even go to that beat. It was just, a lot of times I write without instrumentals. So, it's just a flow. It's not, and the flow is versatile, because if you put a beat on, I might have wrote it this way, but it might come out like this because of, what I'm saying, whatever instrumental at the time. But but yeah, that's how it came about. And I really wanted to talk about on that track, just, what I spoke about earlier. Like, there's those that are from us, but they are not of us. And also, kind of tooting my horn a little bit. Like I do want my loved ones to love me to pieces, right? Love both of my pieces, like both of the side of me, both sides of me. You know what I'm saying? But I also want people to know that I love myself too. Both sides, all sides.
All right, guys. I mean, some of us got more than two pieces, so here we go. Love me to pieces. Y'all tell me what you think about it.
Love me to pieces, I'm losing my soul, I need Jesus. I'm hot, I might give you a fever. Releasing my dogs off the leashes. Hey, they get it. Fucking deceiver. You fresh like a golden retriever. Police, they should give you a beeper. The reaper gon' make you believe him, make you believe him. Flexing my demons. They told me to hold him and squeeze him. I'm rapping, just thought I'd release him. My soul in my drip to your finger, drip to your finger. Love me to pieces. I'm losing my soul, I need Jesus. I'm hot, I might give you a fever. Releasing my dogs off the leashes. Niggas be stuck in and in the street. Caught of forgetting just who you be. Keep all that evil outside of me. Niggas ain't free as they used to be. Once we just free on Monopoly. Taking shit over the Bakari. Killing your family, they hate disease. Dripping and trickle down to your feet. Choice you made to bang the game straight. Third eye open, niggas lame, they fake. Bitch, I came up out the mud. Started from the bottom, baby, there's nothing like Drake. Give me that pussy, that in the piece. Bitch, I'm a savage, I'm bobbing like Master P. I'ma just roll up and smoke up a cannon. Baby, like Travis, I come with the sickle beat. Give me your soul and your energy. I'll make you feel like it's telling me. Baby, watch I run it up. I set the ball. Give me that broccoli, broccoli. Love me to pieces. I'm losing my soul, I need Jesus. I'm hot, I might give you a fever. Releasing my dogs off the leashes. Ay, they get it. Fucking deceiver. You fresh like a golden retriever. Police, they should give you a beeper. The reaper gon' make you believe him, make you believe him. Flexing my demons. They told me to hold him and squeeze him. I'm rapping, just thought I'd release him. My soul in my drip to your finger, drip to your finger. Love me to pieces. I'm losing my soul, I need Jesus. I'm hot, I might give you a fever. Releasing my dogs off the leashes, dogs off the leashes. Flexing my demons. They told me to hold him and squeeze him. I'm rapping, just thought I'd release him. My soul in my drip to your finger. Actually get it.
Love me to pieces, Vega. What you guys think? Somebody got to tell me what you think, because I'm over here trying to figure out why I know that. I know that. Who? All right. Where did you get your inspiration from?
For that particular, the line "Love Me to Pieces" comes from, like, it's just a saying around the hood, and then like you love somebody to pieces. Like I love that person to pieces, and I had like I said, I had a relationship with somebody that's something that we would say to each other, and you know, it was like really the embodiment of our connection. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it just translated into the music. You know what I'm saying? I really just kind of use my life experience to, you know, help create the music. So a lot of times when things feel relative, it's like because you probably heard it too. You know what I'm saying? If it's something you relate to, it's because you probably heard it too somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not so far-fetched, you know, the idea. But that's also, you know what I'm saying, why I use it, because I want people to relate and to connect as well. I want them to have their own sense of connection. Like you probably heard it from a different space. Like your connection to that phrase, it probably comes from a different experience in your life, but you know you're still connected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm sitting here now, like trying to figure out like where. All right, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it later on. I'm gonna send you a message later. I'm gonna be like, I know now. I know. Later, it'll hit me later. For real, it'll hit me. It'll hit me later. I know that many artists, they use their brands to connect in the community, whether it be, you know, homelessness awareness, whether it be, you know, breast cancer awareness, whether it be to work with a nonprofit. I know that you're very, very heavy with, you know, youth advocacy programs and groups, nonprofits. Let's talk about that just a little bit. What are you working with right now?
So right now, I'm kind of doing my own thing. Like I have, you know, different people that come to me, different walks of life that, you know what I'm saying, that they have children that sort of like are into arts or whatever the case may be. And, you know, I'm able to mentor them. So I'm just doing it from that perspective now. Because a lot of times these organizations is not really about what they say they're about. Like they're not really trying to help the way they say they are, you know.
True.
And like ultimately, you know, money does make the world go round. So it's like, right. You know, that's an important understanding to, you know, to have. But it doesn't mean that should be the ultimate ruling and the be all say all for everything. And you know, like I said, you know, there are those that are from us, but they ain't of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Tupac said it the best. Like, it's going to be somebody that looks just like you that's coming, you know, basically they going to act like they for you, but they're not really for you. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, that's from the beginning of time, you know, ultimately. You know what I'm saying? You know, people use their spaces of authority for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
At this point in time, I haven't been working on any particular projects, but I have done like events and things like that nature. Like if people reach out to me, and just recently, like I did an event in Long Island where I performed some spoken word in front of the mayor of Hempstead for an event that was for, you know, victims of gun violence, and you know, all the families and stuff like of these people was there, and like some of the people I actually knew, like some of the victims as well, you know what I'm saying? So it was an honor to be able to do something of that nature. Like, you know, when something like that happens, these people that are involved in these organizations, that they reach out to Vega, and I'm like the first person or the first artist to come in their head. I mean, I was the only artist to perform there, and it felt weird that I got paid to perform at a space where I feel like, you know, like I would do it for free, you know what I'm saying? But I also understand, like you said, like money makes the world go round. And it's not that I do it for the money. Of course, I did it because I wanted to do it, and what it meant for me, you know, it just felt like even more of a blessing that not only am I being celebrated, but I get an opportunity to give my art in a space, you know what I'm saying, where that's where the purpose of it is. Like that's the whole purpose of it. It's for my people. It's for these people that we suffer and we struggle with, you know what I'm saying, everyday life. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that, like art imitates life, and you know, life is not easy. You know what I'm saying? And if they told you that it wasn't gonna be hard, you know, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? So you know, just like getting in where I fit in. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's like, you know, how I've been breaking the mold nowadays, and all the connections that I've made over the years that, I've been thankful enough that, artistically and just in the sense of morality and just being a human being that I am, that people still think about me, when it comes to like I said, performing at a, gun violence event, you know what I'm saying? Like that's meaningful to me. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, and the fact that, I know that we do a lot of things. Everything isn't about monetization, because you said that, you would have done that event for free. Because gun violence is so important right now, more so than it's ever been. But the fact that people, the connections that you've made, that they remember your name, that they have called on you, that you're getting paid, speak volumes. And just like the gentleman who called in, King, who, everything that, even though I couldn't hear what he was saying, but you were able to reiterate the things that he said, it speaks volumes when you do have followers. I don't like to call them fans, but, supporters who call in and can attest to everything that you've been doing. That just, it speaks volumes to, what your career is really all about. At the end of the day, not to say that your career is over today, but at the end of the day, how do you want your supporters to remember you?
And I was going to say that, I was going to chime in and say, that people only really remember how you make them feel. You know what I'm saying? And that's what leaves that lasting impression. And I just want people to feel like something else, that I always spoke from the heart.
True.
Whether it be if we had a regular conversation or just the track that I'm rapping on, that I always spoke from a genuine space, and I lived my truth. You know what I'm saying? I didn't live his truth, her truth. I lived my truth, and that people will appreciate that sense of authenticity. You know what I'm saying? That genuity will go a far ways. That 100 years from now, that somebody will come across my music and they'll feel that same vibration. You know what I'm saying? That same vibe. And the vibe will be relative throughout. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of eternity. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't leave anything else behind, I want to leave behind the vibe, and that's something that our spirit could always leave behind, even if we travel to another dimension after this life. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. We're gonna close out with Villain, but before we do, I want you to just talk about Villain just a little bit. What was the creative process like for Villain? What's that track all about?
So Villain is a track that I created in a time where I was at a crossroads with myself, where I made some mistakes and I was dealing with some of the repercussions of those actions, and the words is look in your eyes. Do you see a villain? The music is such a harmonious feeling. Remember them days? We was just children. You left me, I'm lonely, my nigga. And what I'm talking about is, I'm talking about a lot of things, really. You know what I'm saying? In that track. But really, it's just the mirror image of who I really am, and the instrumental is Willy Wonka, the World of Imagination, and that whole, and it's funny because what I wanted to embody with what Willy Wonka really is he lives his own imagination in real life every day, right? And the people that came across him, right? They couldn't believe their eyes. Like this is really real. When they got the golden ticket, they didn't know what to expect, and all the journey that he takes them on and everything like that. And this is his world every day. And what that goes to represent, and on a higher scale, is that what Villain represents to me is I'm envisioning myself as Willy Wonka. I'm living out my reality. My imagination is my reality, and being the fact that I'm a creator and that I use my abilities to create the world around the world that I want to have around me. You know what I'm saying? And the vibrations that I want to attract as well. You know what I'm saying? But also, this is just a very reflective track, and it represents a lot of things like my loss is becoming my lessons. It's a loss. It's a lesson. It's something I was able to grasp from, and I was to take something from it that I can have for the rest of my life, to have and to hold, and also to apply when necessary. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Villain for me is a very introspective track, and it's a very intimate track, and there's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, and a lot of a peep inside to what my mentality is as an artist, and just not only as an artist, but as a human being as well. You know, every night, you know, before I go to bed, when I look myself in the mirror, after I wash my teeth, and, you know what I'm saying, I wash my face and I look in the mirror, and, you know what I'm saying, what do I see? You know what I'm saying? And it's also a multiversal track, which is, you know what I'm saying, the embodiment of my truest self, a versatile individual.
All right. Well, before we get into Villain, I want to go ahead and give you the opportunity to get all of your contact information out for those who may be listening live, for those who come back and listen to one of the many playback shows, if they're interested in, you know, how they can get your music. They want to get you on for an interview, if they want to get you on for, you know, a tour, if they want to, I don't know, whatever reason they want to get in contact with you, the floor is now yours to get all of your contact information out to those who may be listening.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is King Vega. You can add me on Instagram at I am the official King Vega. You can also, for anybody who has any business inquiries, you can email me directly at vega.king.music@gmail.com. That's vega.king.music@gmail.com. Also, if anybody wants to find my music, you can go on any digital platform, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere. Even on, you can find my music even on Snapchat, anywhere, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and you just look up Vega. My most recent project that I put out was Love Me to Pieces, and you can type that in, Love Me, the comma, 2 pieces, and after that you can put Vega, and you should be able to find it. Or you can also look up any of my other separate projects that will also lead you to my singles, which my first album that I dropped was called Legacy by Vega, and we also have The Bronx, D.A. Bronx by Vega. So anybody that wants to look up my music, you can find it on any platform of music that you listen to music on. And, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, I hope to see y'all in the views and the comments, especially on YouTube. Go check me out on YouTube. Go follow my channel and stuff like that. Check me out. Check out my last video that I shot, My Life Matters. I think you guys will really love that.
All right, guys. And you can always hear This World on Endie Fiya.
Yeah, the music video is out as well. Yeah, This World. Yeah, you can check that out too. This World, Vegas. Always check that out. You know, that's Nakia's favorite track, y'all. So, you know, I think it's a favorite track for a reason.
Yes. But most definitely, we getting this new music in rotation as well, guys. Thank you again, Vega, for joining us here. You're always welcome back here. Always. You know your family. So thank you so much for joining us here again, here on Endie Fiya. Guys, make sure you're back here Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with fine artist and photographer Dion Renee. We're closing out with Villain. Make sure that you go and check out this latest project, Love Me, the number 2 pieces, available on all digital streaming sites. He gave you all your places you can go find this. Make sure you go get it, all right? This is Villain. Have a good night.
Check me out. I got that
that golden ticket. I said I lost my dog, that's my G. Oh, I pray to God that the enemy don't notice me. Take a look in your eyes and you see your feeling. The music is such a harmonious feeling. Remember them days we was just children. Lost my dog, that's my G. God, that your bitch, she gon' notice me. Lighters inside of your chairs, your bears, and living in such a gregarious feeling. Remember the days we used to kick it, you left me, I'm lonely, my nigga. Pardon me, go with the wind, ayy. Been rapping my soul in Japan, I ain't particular, really don't give a fuck. How can I stress? I be rolling up sticky stuff, pardon me, shit on his ears. I guess I'm smoking your way when I'm feeling the prayer. Bitch, if you speaking and talk nice, cold as a winter, I'm all night. Climbing the mountain, I'm going up. Give me the light and I'm on one. What is the difference? The devil is pain. Gave me some shit just to make me go in. Took me some shots, had them straight to the brain. Heart to keep bleeding, my legacy stain. Give me some motherfucking energy drain. Okay. Praying I get up the block. Stuck on the corner, my niggas so box. If there was a different way, prison no pussy, the price to pay. All of my niggas gon' get it in like Oompa. Shoot back, jump and whip, spin. Double back and hit your partner right under the chin. Ay, go in, then I go hard. Day one, call me Mozart. Paint a picture with these metaphors. Politicians, they belong in more. Give me the pain, I'm rapping it out. What if a nigga just sat on the couch? Look at me then and look at me now. This is a swimming and I never drown. Nice to get it. God, that the enemy don't notice me. Look in your eyes and you see your feeling. The music is such a harmonious feeling. Remember them days, we was just children. When I lost my dog, that's my G. God, that your bitch, she gon' notice. Lighters inside of your chairs, your beds, and living in such a gregarious feeling. Remember them days, we used to kick it, you left me, I'm lonely, my nigga. You really don't know me, my nigga. You really don't owe me, my nigga. You really control me, my nigga. You really the police, my nigga. You really gon' force me to get him. Too trilly, I'm ready, I'm willing. I'm really gon' blast through the ceiling. Releasing my dogs on you, nigga. You really don't know me, my nigga. You really don't know me, my nigga. You really control me, my nigga. You really the police, my nigga. You really gon' force me to get him. Too trilly, I'm ready, I'm willing. I'm really gon' blast through the ceiling. Releasing my dogs on you, nigga. Get it.
1 into the 2, fuck these rappers is gon' do. When I spit these flows, these chickens gon' want some more. When I drop the top, all these chickens they gon' get hot. And when I stir up the pot, all these rhythms gon' flood your block. And yeah, I'm from a block, you might lose your life if you switching up. Young and so that thing, I'm a knickerbocker, don't get with one. 20, 50, 100 survival, you might won't get you some. South, we in the boogie, that root of evil, my dog, that's my G. Oh, I pray to God that the enemy don't notice me.
Look in your eyes, you see your feeling. The music is such a harmonious feeling. Remember them days, we was just children.
When I lost my dog, that's my G. God, that your bitch, she gon' notice me.
Lighters inside of your chairs, your beds, and living in such a gregarious feeling. Remember them days, we used to kick it. You left me, I'm lonely, my nigga. You really don't know me, my nigga. You really don't owe me, my nigga. You really control me, my nigga. You really the police, my nigga. You really gon' force me to get him. Too trilly, I'm ready, I'm willing. I'm really gon' blast through the ceiling. Releasing my dogs on you, nigga. You really don't know me, my nigga. You really don't owe me, my nigga. You really control me, my nigga. You really the police, my nigga. You really gon' force me to get him. Too trilly, I'm ready, I'm willing. I'm really gon' blast through the ceiling. Releasing my dogs on you, nigga. Get him.